Alright, so the Tiny Teaching 2 is the discussion portion of the Tiny Teaching. So there's not a whole lot of structure in this plan, it's more a list of questions and ideas so that interplay can be achieved between the students and the instructor, myself. So the first order of business is to kind of get the students adjusted to what we'll be talking about. So we'll talk about what the students consider to be a symbol. And that could be a material object, a picture, or even a non-material thing. I've given examples of each of these and we'll bring them up during the discussion to kind of lead the students' ideas on each of the topics. Material objects could include a cross, a flag, a statue. A picture could include a logo, a non-material thing. An idea, a belief, or language, which is one I touch on a lot during the Tiny Teaching 2. Then we go on to what separates these specific symbols from a regular everyday object or action. And again, I try to get the students to come up with the answer before I give it to them. But the answer that I have provided is that a symbol has meaning attached to it as opposed to a regular object or action, which does not. So from there, we continue to build on that idea and talk about what these symbols allow us to do. A few examples, again, that I have listed to kind of guide the discussion. They can easily represent complex or large ideas, group those ideas together in ways that make sense, and quickly identify certain information that allows people to, which is the fourth one, communicate effectively. And then we talk about how different symbols can have multiple meanings and stand for different beliefs and ideas and things. And the example that I will use for this, I'll be using the board, and I will draw a controversial symbol, which I chose the swastika, that has multiple meanings, and they're very diverse meanings, so that's why I chose it, because it can either mean it is good, translated from Sanskrit, and represents the Hindu god Lakshmi, which is the goddess Lakshmi, which is the Hindu goddess of wealth, prosperity, and auspiciousness, as opposed to the more traditional and agreed upon meaning that was used during World War II. And then finally, now that we've kind of got all this background information on symbols, we talk about how the world would be different if it was theoretically devoid of these symbols, or basically what these, how people use the symbols to navigate their social environment, and how the world and how their social environment would be different without these symbols present to give them meaning. And again, each of these steps is more a guide for the discussion among the class rather than an actual concrete plan that the lesson must go through. All right.